Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live about mediumship and self-care. When we think about mediumship, and we think about what we do with our mediumship. You're developing a skill, and what's very important in that skill is to think about your self-care. Like, how do you take care of yourself? Because most of the time, what we do as mediums, we're there for helping other people. We're making sure they're all right. We're serving the spirit world. We're using our energy at a very high frequency so that we can bring through messages and things that loved ones really want to hear about. And we do this in our daily routine. But it's very important to when you're doing this work as being a medium, whether it's an intuitive medium or whether it's, you must think about the amount of people a day that we're helping and how much energy that costs. I remember one of my mentors telling me years ago in my training, which was the equivalent of the energy and the impact on the body that it is when the energy from spirit world connects with us is like a tornado of energy. Like if it had a Richter scale, it would be like, massive. And a lot of mediums today and a lot of people today, they don't realize that because we're doing this work, we're doing something. It's like being an athlete. You're a top sport person, right? You're doing your best. You're giving 100%. So we need to take care of ourselves, and we need to take care of our energy. And I'm going to be talking about today about taking care of your energy, taking care of your aura, your energy, so that you can keep 100% energy full within your daily life. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are doing this. They're probably feeling very drained afterwards, or very tired. And I actually had, and this is quite amazing to do, with mediumship to think about, is like I had blood tests done and I found that there was a deficiency in magnesium, zinc, B, and C. Right. And those are just a few of them. And I know that many other mediums that have been doing mediumship, or healers that have been converting so much frequency of energy, have been losing these minerals as well. So it's self-care. When you think about the self-care for mediumship, it's like keep yourself topped up on your minerals. I'll say it again: zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, and B numbers. That keeps you going. So you're keeping your physical body going. Now you think to yourself, why are these things depleting from my body? Well, think about it. Anything like this. If you were doing any sort of extraneous sport or any strenuous stuff, you'd need more minerals and you'd need more stuff to keep you going. So energetically as well, when we're doing this work, we need something to keep ourselves topped up. Now, I was lucky to do 2 different blood tests at 2 different years just to check to see what it was, and it came out approximately the same. So it's something that I do every day and make sure that I'm keeping that up to level. And it's just a tip for you guys with the self-care to mediumship. Now think about this. Mediums look after many other people. Mediums are always there for other people. They're always self-caring for other people. They're always helping other people through problems. But then you've got to think about the self-care about you. Okay, who's working on you? So who is really taking care of you? Now, most of the time, we've got to think about, hey, it's up to us to plan in self-care time for yourself to recharge your batteries. Now, when you think about the power of mediumship and the power that we use within our psychic work, it's a power that we use, but we need to replenish that power for ourselves. So obviously sitting in the power, like I've said in different videos, is good to replenish yourself in that sort of way. But, very needed is the time off. So you need to have your days off where you said, this is my day. This is a day that I replenish. I don't answer certain emails on this day. I don't do this certain thing on this day. I take time to recharge, because the trick of it is you could go flat if you don't. If you just keep going 100%, 100%, 100%, and on your days off you're going 100%, 100%, and you're always giving other people attention, you need to go inwards and give yourself attention as well to replenish that power so that you can be the best medium that you can be. So on your days off, it needs to be days off where you say, right, this is a day that if you feel tired, you're going to sleep. If you're going to take more minerals, you can take more minerals. If you're going to be taking more fruit or whatever your body is needed at that time, it's a day to replenish the power physically, mentally, because you need to relax. Because when you think about it, we probably connect to so many different minds, spiritual minds, psychic minds. We pick up so many things psychically within our world. We need to think about, like, when do we actually switch off? When do we actually tune out and have that moment of peace? And that, so it's very good to have a day where you said you have your moment of peace and your moment of replenishment, but also taking care of your aura, because a lot of people are very highly sensitive. So what they do is they're expanding their aura all the time, and they're like picking up all this information. Like they get you go like I find when I go into a supermarket or go into a very busy place, I can pick up a lot of information, and really you don't want to pick up all that information. So a little trick I'm going to tell you guys what I do, and this is what's really good to keep your energy levels right, is I imagine my aura being very, very strong. And if you imagine it, it will become it, because energy follows thoughts. So I imagine my aura coming in just about this far, about round my body, and I imagine it becoming very, very strong. And then I become aware, and you can do this with me if you want, and I become aware of the energy and power within this aura from here to here. I just become aware of it, and I become aware of the power within it. And then I become aware and I just draw it in that it's about here, and I imagine it becoming stronger and solid. And then I'll go into a supermarket, and when I come out, I make sure I'm back in this solid space. Now, when I'm at home, I let my aura, it can do whatever it wants, because you're in a space of comfort, and you're in a space where you're picking up things that you're used to picking up with. So you feel comfortable. So automatically your aura will get bigger within your own home. And also when you go into nature, automatically your aura gets bigger when you get into nature. So when you get in contact with something that's good for you, your aura expands, right? And when you're emotional and you're sad, your aura gets quite smaller. So you got to think about this. So when you go into these busy places, imagine your aura like this. Imagine the power that you're holding around your space. And when you go out, you'll find that you'll be picking up less information. You'll be finding that you'll be feeling a lot more stronger. And sometimes I go to places, and I'd think, I'm going to change the energy here. So I'll go in there and I'll just imagine my light filling up my aura very, very strongly. And then I'll move into a place like a supermarket or any other place, and I'll notice that people cheer up, that you become what I call the light within the room. So you end up shining a little bit more light. And what that does, it stops you from being affected from the world around you. And it's you start being someone that has an effect on the world around you. And how beautiful is that if your aura cleansing, which is basically what we're doing, is really having an effect on the world around you and having a positive effect that will really help people in the place that you're in at that moment in time. Now, it's a really good thing to do. I've actually done it in different places where I felt, oh, the energy's just dropped, so I just expand my aura. Now, we do this with demonstrating mediumship as well. When you feel like demonstrating mediumship and you got like 100 people or 50 people or how many people you're demonstrating for, and suddenly you feel the energy drop, I imagine my aura getting much bigger, absorbing the whole room, just making it really, really big and shining very, very brightly, and suddenly the energy goes back up. And all I'm doing is activating the power within me, which activates automatically the other people in the room that it's in, because everything becomes positive at that moment in time, and then the spirit can come closer, the information can go quicker, and in that way, that's how it works. So we're not only using the power to sit in the power for development, we use the power like also to expand it when needed for demonstrating, to expand it when needed to a certain degree when you're going out into public, so that you know what is your light and what is your compassion, and you're not getting affected by the world around you. Because the thing is, our sensitivity, we're very, very sensitive. So we'll pick up a lot that's going on. And some of the information is not needed. So you'll be picking up stuff and you'll be like, it's not really needed, this information. But you'll be feeling quite happy, and suddenly you'll go into a place and you'll pick up and you wonder, where's this feeling coming from? This is not mine. That's when you need to think, what is here? What's inside of you? What's the power of your center? And if you let that shine, that will be stronger than the surrounding of the place that you're in. So if you're enjoying this so far, please give me a like, and let me know if you've got any questions about this, or if you're quite happy with what I'm talking about. It's nice to share these things with you. So yeah, self-care of a medium is very, very important, and it's very important because when you think about it, like I said, mentally we're switching our mind on and off to connect to spirit world many times, and we're also switching our mind on and off to connect psychically many times to different people, to help people. And if we're doing that, we need to have those times of contemplation and switching off, and we need to have those times of like what I call self-care days. So you'll need to have a day. So I'm planning nothing in this day. I'm not listening. I'm not going to pick up the email, and give yourself a Facebook ban. I've given myself many Facebook bans. I've given myself telephone bans so that I don't pick up the information, you see. And thank you for writing your questions in there. If you keep writing your questions in there, I'll get to them as well. So very good that you're doing that. But yeah, in doing that, you give yourself a break. Because being sensitive, what you do, you pick up so much stuff going on in the world, so much stuff going on in life. And it's like, I can look at Facebook and I can pick up so much. Not that you want that information, not that it's doing you any good, and you don't really to know where it's coming from. But when you switch off and you put the phone away and you give yourself a break, that moment of contemplation, you can then take the time to become like the energy and power of yourself, because the power of you is the true essence of who you are. The true essence of you, who you are, is that soul's emanation that you are putting out into the world. And if you've got that soul's emanation putting out into the world in the way that you should be, then you're making a difference on this world, and that's a good thing to do. So we've got a question just come in. So what do you feel about a blockage or a gap in your aura, and how do you repair that? Well, in this, you know, I don't actually believe in great blockages or great gaps, but I have read many old books about these sort of things where they used to have a belief in that sort of thing. But I do believe in stagnant energy. So whether you believe it's a gap and you see it as a gap, or you see it as stagnant energy, or you see it as, some people might see it as a dark patch, or some people might see it as a gray area, whatever you see in your aura, if you imagine yourself like in your soul's emanation, and you imagine it just coming out very strongly and like emanating out into your aura, just imagine it like touching every part of your aura. So this light is just shining out, and just imagine it repairing every part that needs to be repaired within you, not only on a body level, not only on a cell level, but also on that spiritual level and on the level of the aura. And if you keep doing that, you'll find what you're doing is you're making yourself stronger. Your aura will become stronger. You will be stronger, and it's in that way. What they say is, if you're really happy, your aura is strong, and it's like, wow, it's automatic. If you're sad or ill, your aura goes smaller. That's something that can be measured. So don't forget to give me a like if you're enjoying this, and let us know how you're doing. Oh, thank you for the hands. But yeah, that's the thing. So if you emanate that light strong enough to every part of your aura, you can bring any repair, what needs to be repaired, just by doing that. And like I said, what follows mentally, energy follows mental thought. So if you imagine it, you'll be it. If you imagine that your aura is 100% strong at this moment right now, and you believe it, it will become that, because it follows that thought. And if you imagine it and you can see it and you can perceive it, you can create it. And that's something I know about energy, because I've been doing quite a lot of energy work within my lifetime. Um, and it's like self-regulating, really. So, if you can imagine that you're filling your aura with this light, you will be healing every aspect of your aura and of yourself. Um, so yeah, just getting back to gaps. I don't believe in gaps. I know some people might perceive it that way, and I just think it's a place that you could say, like you said, it could be a blockage, or it could be something and I just send love and compassion to it, and I'll just send light to it. So I'll just make sure that it's that in that way you repair something. The greatest healing aspect in this lifetime is love, compassion, and understanding, right? So if you can send love, compassion, and understanding to that place in an energy form, it's gonna heal, and it's gonna clear itself right up. So yeah, mediumship and self-care. Um, yeah, you got to think about when we're working at a level that we want to keep that level at a strong level and be the best that we can be. It's the times off that you need to replenish, and that is also has to do with control of your own aura. What is your energy? What is somebody else's energy? So you need to become aware of that, and how you do it is a good thing. Is like what are you feeling outside of yourself might be, you might be feeling, oh, it feels a bit dull here, or it feels a bit negative, or whatever. But then become aware of what are you feeling within inside of yourself, and what are you feeling within inside of your aura. And if you do that, you become aware of the difference between what's going on outside and what's going on inside. And in finding that difference, you'll suddenly find, hey, actually, I'm quite lighter. I feel lighter within. I feel quite empowered within, and I feel quite open within. And then you'll feel that the difference is on the outside. So then once you become aware that your frequency, or what you're actually emanating, is different than the outside world, then it can have an effect on the outside world. On the other way around, if you feel the outside world is more negative than you, then the outside world has an effect on you. So what you do is, in some way, you're reversing the polarity, just becoming aware and becoming conscious that you're of your own energy, of your own aura, and of your own power. So if anyone's got any questions about this, please put them in here. If you're liking what's being said, please give us a like. If you'd like to ask me anything, yeah, and it's fascinating, really, because when you think about it, we are the most sensitive, like most human beings, whether they can feel or not feel, we're very sensitive. And a lot of people don't realize how much sensitive they are. Some people that even don't feel are sensitive, but they're still picking up stuff. So it's like becoming aware of what is good self-care. So when I said the mental break, like, giving yourself the Facebook ban, the television ban, the whatever, it's giving you a moment to go into contemplation and peace. Now, I've found, because I create more of that, especially in the mornings, I get a lot of what you guys in America might call downloads, or inspiration coming in those moments of silence. So if you don't create those moments of silence, then you lose those moments of inspiration. And we want to have more of those moments of inspiration, because there's nothing that we need right now in this world is more inspiration. And I find inspiration comes in just around breakfast time. So I try not to pay any attention to the telephone or anything like that in the mornings. I try to make sure I'm contemplating what I'm going to be doing with my day. And sometimes you can get even the most fantastic information, because when you're waking up, it's like your body is just like waking up, so your consciousness is changing, and that's the moment when inspiration can come in. So it's good to give yourself the moment to adjust yourself, so that you become that power and light to start through the whole day. So if I was going to sit in the power, I'd do it in the morning. I'd emanate that light in the morning, and I'd do that because it carries you through the whole day. Then you become that. And I know in these times it can feel quite, quite, you know, challenging because of what's going on. But when you've done that and you're looking at yourself as being the change, and that's what it is, you're being the change within your surroundings, then what you're doing is you're actually having an effect on the world around you. And it might, it can't be the complete world, but it can be the people that you come into contact with. And if that's what it is, that's the difference that you're making. You become like what I call someone a changer instead of someone that is a reactor. So the world can actually have an effect on your sensitivity and make you a reactor, where you react to all these situations. You say, I don't know why I'm feeling this. I don't know why I'm reacting. I don't know why I'm doing all these things. So instead of being the reactor, be the change. So in that way, you're emanating out compassion, love, and energy into the world around you. And it also strengthens your mediumship and strengthens your energy field, so that when you do make contact with the spirit world and when you do get in contact with them, you're much stronger as a medium, because you've taken the moments to take rest and self-care. If you're keeping your minerals topped up, you're taking your time out and your no information days, where you can just find that contemplation of thought. And then also, if you're regulating the power of your own energy and aura and making sure that's fine, then in that way you're going to be making a positive change, not only within your life but also in other people's lives. And you'll find that your mediumship will go to heightened peaks because of it. So if anyone's got any questions, put them in here. Just got a few minutes now before I close. But if you've got any questions, please put them in here and I'll answer them. If anyone's liking this, give us a like and let me know how you're doing. I know some of you can write and some of you can't, but I mean, that's just the way it is on this YouTube thing, yeah. But I really enjoy the fact that in this time we can use the modern technology that we have, but sometimes we need to take the break from the modern technology. So the first thing I do when I'm done with my work is I'll switch everything off, and then I'm outside and I'm in the pool, because it's about 30 degrees here, and it's having the balance between it all. So if we're doing a lot of work online, we need to also take a lot of time to get out into nature, get outside, get that balance right. And it's about being grounded as well, because if we're only doing spiritual work, we can sometimes feel that we're feeling unsteady, tired, dizzy, that sort of thing. Then really what we need to think, hey, now it's time to get grounded, do grounded things, jump in the pool, make sure you're having fun, connecting with nature, getting out there, doing stuff that's really going to replenish and balance yourself, and that will hold you in good stead for the next time that you got to do your work. I know years ago I didn't do this, so I did it all wrong. I was like, as much work as I could do for the spirit world, that's what I was going to do. Everything. I thought, I'm just going to do everything that comes along. Any work I could. Never gave myself a moment off or a day off, and I thought, I can do that. I can continue doing this for a long time, until one day you say, right, you realize you really do need to take the time off. Because what we don't realize is how much really we need to balance it out. And I found that since the days off, replenishing the power, it makes so much of a difference within mediumship and within your life. So I hope this has been a good video for you, and I hope it's really been something that that's going to help you and keep you in good stead. I think now is to become aware of, how are you feeling now? How is your energy now? And what is emanating, right? But also, what is outside of you and what is not from you. So then when you become aware of your own emanation, your own aura, and you then become aware of what's outside of it, then you can be more aware of what your gift is to bring to this world, instead of what the world is bringing to you. Because at the end of the day, you are the gift that you need to bring to this world, not the world having an effect on you. It's got to be the other way around. Because otherwise, when you think about it, You are incarnated into this world to have an effect. And you being incarnated into this world to have an effect, it means that you can make a difference within the space that you live in, and that's a beautiful thing to remember. So I'm going to wish you all a fantastic day. There's no more questions at the moment. Stay good, take care of yourselves, and I'd just like you to all really enjoy those times of self-care for the medium. So thank you for watching, and see you again next week.